The Great Illusion by Norman Angell. This is a book which was first published in the United Kingdom in 1909. The economic cost of war was so great that no one could possibly hope to gain by starting a war, the consequences of which would be so disastrous. For that reason, a general European war was very unlikely to start, and if it did, it would not last long. He argued that war was economically and socially irrational, and that war between industrial countries was futile because conquest did not pay. According to the author, the economic independence between industrial countries would be the real guarantor of the good behavior of one state to another, as it meant that war would be economically harmful to all the countries involved. Moreover, if a conquering power confiscated property in the territory it seized, the incentive to produce would be sapped and the conquered area be rendered worthless. Thus, the conquering power had to leave property in the hands of the local population while incurring the cost of conquest and occupation. Further, the nature of modern capitalism was such that nationalist sentiment did not motivate capitalists, because the capitalist has no country and he knows, if he be of modern type, that arms and conquest and jugglery with frontiers serve no end of his and may well defeat them. The author said that arms build-up, for example, the naval race between England and Germany that was happening as he wrote the book in the 1900s, was not going to secure peace. Instead, it would lead to increased insecurity, and thus the likelihood of war increases. The only viable route to peace would be respect for international law, implemented in a world court in which issues would be dealt with rationality and peacefully. The author argued that war had become obsolete, that in the modern industrial era, even military victors lose far more than they gain. Author was right, but wars kept happening anyway. The author was right to describe the belief that conquest pays as a great illusion. The author argued that war was futile. Angell said that not only do I regard war between Britain and Germany as possible, but extreme likely. It is the leaders who make the choice to go to war. Hoffman fears that the future decade could be more dangerous due to many possible combinations of rising powers: nuclear proliferation, proxy wars, terrorism, resource competition, and economic disparity. Angell said, there are certain forms of nationalism are destructive. The greater is the obligation to subject them to the direction of conscious intelligence and of social organization. Why is there war between the countries of Europe, which seem to be at one another's throat? Angell said the belief that military power results in greater wealth, and instead proposes that advances economic based on trade and contract law can only generate value in the absence of military upset. War destroys any wealth that conquerors may have wanted to obtain, making the whole enterprise pointless. A deep understanding of this then, and the need of war. The author sees globalization as a force which results from and feedbacks into the progressive change of human behavior from using physical force towards using rational, peaceful methods in order to achieve economic security and prosperity.